Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anne and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review Tomorrow, South Korean series. It just wrapped up yesterday and it was so good. It has one of our favorite, Rowan. We loved him so much in My King's Affection. So he's in this one. We have a really excellent cast. We also have Kim Hee-sun right there. We also have Yoon Ji-on. Then we also have Lee So-hyuk. Oh, I loved him. His deep voice. He's got this jawline that is so beautiful, and his hair, oh my. And then we also had Kim Hae-suk. Oh, just a fantastic cast. And what an excellent show. First of all, disclaimer. If you are easily triggered by shows that show suicide and things like that, I'm gonna have to say, even when they showed the show, they always had a disclaimer, that they're gonna be addressing things about suicide. So if that's something that triggers you or can cause you to be triggered, in a negative way, obviously be careful when you watch this, because really what the show is about, they are Grim Reapers. When people are about to die, they're the ones who show up to take them, I guess, to the afterlife, if you will. But what's interesting about them is the fact that when they know somebody is about to die, usually they're trying to commit suicide. They get this link on an app that shows, oh, so-and-so is in trouble. So they can go and meet them before they decide to do it. And so their job is a little bit different, where now they're trying to save people, trying to convince them, like, I know life is hard right now, but maybe think about it differently. So they try to see if there's a way to save them, which is really excellent, which was interesting because the character of Lee So-hyuk was, straightforward Grim Reapers. He's like, why are you guys interfering? Like, we're supposed to come here when they die, we take them to the afterlife. You guys are over here trying to convince them not to die. If they want to die, let them die. So he came from a feeling of like he didn't care, but they cared. So they would help people. And I love that every episode was a different story. Like, there was a girl who was bullied when she was in high school. There was a case of a rape, a girl who's being bullied even at work. The one story of the old lady during the days of when Japan had attacked South Korea. That story was so touching and so sad, and to know it was based out of true events, oh my gosh, that was touching story. So there's many stories like that, different families and characters. There was a story of a father and son, and the mom was sick and all he wanted was fried chicken for his birthday. Oh my God. But although the stories is sad, I love that every episode or every 2 episodes, they're resolving it. And there's usually a happy ending, which is so nice. So although it's sad and there's people who are suicidal, which is part of life, right? People do go through dark times. And that's why they say, look, if you're feeling that way, it's not unusual to feel that way. Always seek help. There's always crisis line where you can call and say, look, life right now sucks and I don't see how I can go on. Please always seek help, because as soon as, you know what it is, in life we always think that we have it the worst, but there's always somebody else out there having it even worse than you are. So if you can find resources and ways to like deal with it, at the end of the day, really is what the Grim Reapers were doing, is trying to see if they can give them resources and a reason to continue living. But what a fantastic show. I wanted to jump here and say you have to add this one to your list. It's very well done. And every episode or every 2 episodes a different story. So if you had missed an episode and jumped on, you may not miss too much, because they're telling a different story and the struggle of this person and how they're going to try and overcome, and usually they're trying to help. And then we also learn about how they became Grim Reapers. Like her story was very interesting because she came from 400 years ago. I did love that we went back to the historic times. I love when they do period pieces. So for her story, we had to go back and they're dressed up in their Korean traditional clothes. I love that. So it'd be interesting to see what her relationship is with Lee So-hyuk, because there's a connection there. Keep watching. So everybody had a story. His story too with his mother was very touching. And then Rowan, he was not quite a grim reaper. What happened was he tried to save someone and ends up in a coma. So it depends on what he does, if he's going to die or is he going to wake up from the coma. So you have to watch to see what becomes of that. But it was a fantastic series. I loved it. Yes, it is sad, you know, with the beginning and when they tell the story of the person and why they've come to this point where they're like, they want to take their life. But once you see how everything resolved, it's really like, it's very inspiring. It really leaves you very inspired because the truth is, this is real life. This is happening every day. There's people who feel suicidal because life is so tough. But the moral of the story or the message is there's always hope. Ask for help, right? Anyway, have you watched? Let me know down below what you're thinking. I would like to hear your comments and which story was the most touching to you. I have to say the story of those women and what they went through with the Japanese people. That was so horrifying, but at the same time touching, and I loved how they wrapped it all together. But wow, and the fact that that happened in real life. Oof. But yeah, there was so many stories. There was the one couple that loved each other, and then she ended up dying because of a car accident, and he was blaming himself, didn't feel like he had any reason to live. Oh, it's just one story after another. Just excellent series. I hope you add this to your watch list. Definitely worth a watch. If you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you again when I'm reviewing another excellent foreign international show. Deuces.